Hi everyone, I'm Emily and I'm going to show you how to make a really pretty etched glass pretty quickly and easily. So you should have a glass. Yours is probably going to look a little bit different than mine, but honestly you can do this on any size glass that you want and any type of glass that you want. And then you should also have a little butterfly cut out like this with clear tape over it that has lines. So in craft stores, I know you can buy like little stickers that you can put on things to do etching and different crafts. These I cut out with my Cricut machine. No matter what you use, you just have to have some kind of transfer tape. And you can buy that at a craft store. I got this one on Amazon, and honestly the Glad press and seal wrap works really great too, so that's another option. And so I've left a little tabby piece here for you. So all you need to do first is just start to peel that up, and you want to make sure that that pink vinyl is coming up too. We want it to come off of that paper backing. So you can see like that. So we're just going to pull that off, and it should come off pretty easily. So we've got our paper backing, and we're just going to set that down next to us, and then you should have that butterfly cut out. So you're going to take your glass and you're going to decide where on the glass that you want to put it. I like to center things. If you want to do it asymmetrically, you can do a couple. I'm just going to put mine on the center, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to be too picky about it, and I'm just going to press that down. It's not going to lay flat because it's a curved surface, and that's okay. I'm going to show you what to do about that. The big thing is you just want to make sure that you have kind of the outside pieces pressed down so that you can take this little tabby piece again down here, and you can start to pull that off. You may need to hold the corner of the vinyl down while you do so. That's okay. And just peel that up. That's hard to do backwards, so I'm going to twist around this way, and I'm just going to peel mine off like so. And then I'm just going to stick that back on that paper backing that we took it off of so it doesn't stick to my table. So if you can see, if it will focus, mine has a few like little lumps and air bubbles, and we want to make sure that we get those out, because if we leave those in and we try to put the etching cream in, it's going to bleed through that and it's going to mess up your design. So what I like to do is I like to just start around the edges and just kind of press out. And the nice thing about the butterfly design is because it's kind of like the wavy wings, if something has to like fold over and create a new wave, it's not really going to mess up the design at all. So just press down. So now I have a couple of creases here at the bottom, if you can see that, and that's okay, because as long as I have them sealed off at the top so that there's no longer a gap and air bubble there, we should be fine. And I'm just going to really go around and press that on. I've got a couple up here by the antenna that I'll smooth out, and I just want to really run my finger over that and make sure that there are no more gaps, no more air bubbles that could mess that up. So then it should look like that on your glass. You can also take the inside of designs that are cut, because I did take the inside piece off. And if you have like a permanent vinyl, you can put that on things. That is not dishwasher safe though. What we're doing today will be completely dishwasher safe, which is always nice. So then we need our etching cream. I use Armor Etch, and it's really just the 2.8, that's not focusing at all, but it's the 2.8 ounce bottle, and you don't really need a lot. I've had this bottle for several years, and it definitely looks it when I opened it up today. So mine is, it's looking a little old, so I'm definitely going to do a thick coat on mine today just to make sure that it's working. You probably will not need as thick of a coat, but I'm just going to take a good amount on a paintbrush, any old paintbrush. I got these at the dollar store, and I'm just going to start to put that on. And I like to dab rather than try to paint, because if you try to paint, it's gonna kind of not get as much product on there as you want, and it's easier to miss things. So if I do brush like this, a lot of times I'll go back over with more product and I'll dab that on, just so we can be absolutely sure that that everything is covered, because we want our design to be pretty even. And your Armor Etch or whatever etching cream that you're using, especially if you're using it after the first time and the bottle's been opened, it might be a little chunky. That's okay. That is what it does. Mine is definitely looking a little chunky because of its age, but that's fine. It will still do its job. You also want to be like super careful you don't get this around your kids or your pets. Generally, when I go to wash it off, I do like to wear gloves. I have very sensitive skin, so if you have sensitive skin, you might consider that as well, because it is essentially like a chemical cream that's working its way into the glass. So once I have it on, it's really difficult to even kind of see the design up close because there's so much cream on there. So like I said, you may not need that much, but I would rather be safe than sorry as far as designs go and have that. So I actually did one, and it's dripping a little bit, but that's all right. Did one a little earlier. So we're gonna go ahead and wash this one off and see what it looks like. So now that our time is up, generally I like to wait about 10 minutes to make sure that it really sets in. If it's a really like big design, I might wait a little longer. But since time is up, I am gonna put gloves on, like I said, and I just use dish gloves, again, dollar store. And then I like to take a paper towel and I'll just wipe off that excess etching cream right there. And that makes it a little bit easier to clean up. So I'll just wipe that off. Then what I like to do before I remove the vinyl is get some water going and just kind of run the water over it, and with that same paper towel, just kind of clean that up a little bit. Now when you're doing this, it's probably going to look like absolutely nothing has happened to your glass, and again, that's okay. It's because the vinyl's still on there and it's creating that break in between things. But I'm just going to do that, and that looks pretty good. Nice and clean, but you can see it's a little foggy inside that design. So I'm going to set that down and take my gloves off so this is easier. And then just find a corner, and with that water, it's probably going to want to come up a little bit anyway. I've got this corner wanting to peel. So I'm just going to take that, peel that off real fast. Vinyl may rip, it happens. I'm just going to use my fingernail to pick that little piece up, put it back over here with its friend. And then I've still got some etching cream. So I'm just going to run that back under the water. Make sure we get all of it off. And now you should be able to really see that design come through. So I'm drying this off a little, and then you should be able to see that we have that etched butterfly. So it is a little hard to catch on camera, but you should be able to see that design, even the little antenna up there. And that's all you do. It's as easy as that. And like I said, totally dishwasher safe. It'll last a really long time. I've made these several years ago as Christmas gifts, and they're still going strong. So that's all you do, and I hope you enjoy and have fun.